Now we will discuss working memory and comprehension, reading comprehension. Working memory is a process to store information while simultaneously being involved in carrying out its processing functions or operations. Now, working memory is a good predictor of variance or reading comprehension performance. Researchers have examined that how the process of storing information, also tapped by working memory, can, in the phonological as well as the semantic domain, can explain the variance in the reading performance of the individual. Comprehension, as we know, involves at some point a consideration of syntactic, semantic, pragmatic, lexical, extra-linguistic factors. Comprehension, reading comprehension is a very sophisticated skill, and it involves process of high level of cognitive factors such as decoding, vocabulary, semantic and syntactic processing. So basically it takes into account multiple processes while being involved in a single process of comprehending a text. Bedless model of working memory is very popular in terms of determining the variance in the individual's performance, which has the executive control, attentions, and thus determines what information is attached and what is ignored. So the Bedless model, if you remember, has a executive control, and then it has a visuo-spatial sketch path, phonological loop. So all these in totality consider the reading comprehension and determine the variance in the performance of individuals. Now we will look at some of the points which are there related to working memory and the comprehension. Working memory capacity is also related to individual differences in terms of their comprehension performance. Mechanism of suppression is a component of general comprehension skill. Now that has been proposed by Gunsbacher and Werner, as well as Faust research in 1990. Now they propose this particular point: the mechanism of suppression is a common component of general comprehension, which means that people or comprehender who are less skilled, they are less efficient in suppressing irrelevant information, a skill associated with the central executive working memory. So according to this point, a less skilled comprehender is less likely to suppress irrelevant information. Individuals with smaller working memories were more likely to show garden path effect in a sentence. Those who are with smaller working memories, they face problem in terms of understanding or determining garden path sentences. Now this has been proposed by the study conducted by Carpenter, Maek, and Just in 1994. Now, for example, they found that individuals with smaller working memories were more likely to show garden path effect in sentence, such as the evidence examined by the lawyer. Those with larger working memories recognized that the head noun, which is the evidence, is not animate, hence is incapable of examining anything. Individuals with larger working memories thus might be better able to identify this pragmatic cue and integrate it with the syntactic information to guide parsing and avoid the garden path effect. According to the modularity view, only certain kind of information may be available for the language processing at a given time. So it's not all information, it's the certain kind of information is available at one point in time, and that contributes in the reading comprehension and overall understanding. Now, Bedless model of working memory and reading comprehension we have already discussed, and it's the most commonly employed working memory model in the reading comprehension. According to this original model, working memory is composed of central executive and two storage components, namely visuospatial sketch path and phonological loop. Various memory tasks have also been designed based on Bedless model, including tasks which measure the storage of information only, and working memory tasks reflecting the processing components of central executive in addition to storage. Working memory measures have a higher predictive value for reading comprehension performance than measures that assess storage only in adults and children with reading comprehension difficulties. Now, their results have been taken to suggest that it is in general processing capacities tapped by working memory tasks that are important in explaining variance in reading comprehension. So, two things. One is processing capacities. Tapped by working memory. Both in phonological and semantic processing explain the variance in reading comprehension rather than the storage component. To conclude, we know that performance on many tasks improve with practice, and many investigators contend that the amount of working memory capacity needed to perform a task decreases while practice. We do not know much of how language experience influences an individual's learning comprehension skills.